Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Elkriki and Today FM rocks here in Tavwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, opposition leader responds to national budget. Crushing at Lambasa Mill expected to normalize. And global economic slowdown impacts Fiji.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Peva Endura.
Opposition leader Sitibeni Rambuka says the 2019-2020 national budget announcement was a grandstanding speech that lacked depth and vision for the future. During his response in Parliament today, Rambuka claimed the budget will hurt the poor and benefit a selected few businesses. Rambuka says the budget is full of big ideas, poor family framework policies, and service delivery. He says the claim of a Bainimarama boom in the last 12 years is overstated and misleading.
There will be more abuse of funds, corruption, and mismanagement of public funds, because very little attention has been given to the recommendations of the Office of the Auditor General, an office under your own government machinery. The confidence of the private sector will continue to erode because of inconsistency of policy and lack of stability in the nation.
The height of economic sabotage is what the Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has labelled the comments from the opposition side of the House. Responding to the National Budget 2019-2020 in Parliament, the Prime Minister refuted claims by the members of the opposition who questioned Fiji's economic outlook. The Prime Minister says comments from some members of the opposition are simply baseless. Bainimarama maintaining the national budget is responsible.
I want to put an end to these rumors right now. The Fijian economy is strong and our liquidity levels are more than sufficient. It is a good time to invest. It is a good time to do business in Fiji and seek employment. Those aren't social media rumors, Honorable Speaker. Those are facts.
Meanwhile, the responses on the budget will continue this afternoon. The Fiji Sugar Corporation remains hopeful crushing at the Lambasa Mill will normalize from this week as cane supply improves. The FSC says 56 lorries supplied cane to the mill yesterday and cane supply is getting better. The mill crushed close to 1,000 tons of cane yesterday and is expected to crush another 1,600 tons today. It says around 10 mechanical harvesters were operating yesterday, and today the number has increased to 14. The FSC says these figures indicate that harvesting and crushing will normalize this week. After a delay of 1 week, crushing at the Lambasa Mill started on a slow scale last Wednesday. The farmers claimed they were unable to prepare for the crushing due to the delay in cane payment, while the Cane Lorry Association was not happy with the weight restrictions that came into effect. Despite the low cane supply, crushing went ahead as scheduled last Wednesday. A 3-year-old boy has drowned. The tragic incident occurred at Senai Settlement in Sianganga on Saturday evening. Police report the victim was with a grandparent and was later found lying motionless near a river about 200 meters away from their home. An investigation is underway to ascertain the circumstances surrounding the child's death. The drowning death toll currently stands at 14 compared to 18 for the same period last year. There have been a lot of instances where the world economy has slowed down. Reserve Bank Governor Arif Ali says the slowdown this time is impacting Fiji more than before as our major trading partners' economies are affected. Ali says Fiji relies on tourism, which is about 1/3 of our economy, and if Australia, New Zealand and the US economies slow down, it has a trickle-down effect on Fiji. He says the International Monetary Fund is projecting there will be a slight rebound in the world economic growth next year, which they will closely monitor. Travel time between Suva and Laos will decrease significantly as the new Lomaiviti Princess 7 will begin servicing the Laos Group. Gounder Shipping Limited's Executive Director George Gounder says the new ship will help meet the growing demands from Laos Islanders. This new vessel will begin operation from next week. 2 more ships will join the company's fleet soon.
We've put in a better ship in, very fast ship, so now the traveling time, I can say it'll be, instead from 10 hours, leaving Suva at around 6 in the afternoon, or we're going to leave at 10 o'clock at night. It'll take about 6.5 hour or 7 hour crossing up to Yesas Island. So between the islands up from Mola, Totoy and Matuku, it'll take roughly 3 hour crossing now, from 4.5 to 5 hours. So the time spent on board is shorter now.
The Fiji National University's multi-million-dollar Lambasa campus will open next year. This campus will offer majority of the courses, and students from the north will no longer have to stay in Suva for tertiary qualifications. This new campus will be a game changer, says FNU Vice-Chancellor Nigel Healy.
That's a major new build on a greenfield site next to Damata City, which is also going up in Lambasa. And we think that that campus, which is a $35 million project in the first phase, which will be complete for the start of semester 1 next year, we think that taken together with the Damata City complex will be a game changer in Lambasa in terms of bringing about an economic revival of the city and attracting people and students.
Coming up, top NRL wingers vie for Mbati spots, and Tambako Doro ready for Pacific Games. Stay with us.
Nevango malakai leloma ngongai nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM nambang 2 ay nasir.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa ya ondo talita na warong ng Bula FM nambang 2 ay nasir.
Guya do timeli ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na warong ng Bula FM nambang 2 ay nasir.
Nevango fani na tao na ngo singa toka kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM nambang 2 ay nasir.
Bula FM nambang 2 ay nasir.
It will be really challenging for Vodafone Fiji Mbati coach Brandon Costin to name his 2 wingers to start against Lebanon this week. 3 of the NRL top wingers have been included in the Mbati squad to take on the Sidders from Lebanon. Micah Sivo from the Eels, Dragons flyer Mikaele Rabalawa, along with Melbourne Storm's Suliasi Vunivalu, will battle for the 2 spots. Rabalawa and Sivo are 2 top performers for this season, but Vunivalu can edge them on experience.
Like Suli's got the experience, so you want to go with the experience. And yet Mike has scored 9 tries in 8 games. So it's probably a really good headache to have. In Fiji, we're renowned for having really good wingers. So we're going to have to see what we can do there and how we can fit our best 17 players.
The Fiji Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee will hold talks with the Fiji Rugby League tomorrow regarding their team for the Pacific Games.
They met all the criteria and they've paid levies. Now whether they paid the full levy, that will be looked at tomorrow. But in terms of volleyball, they didn't pay any levy. That's the difference in this situation.
The Fiji Airways Fijiana side beat England 27-10 to win the Biarritz Challenge Trophy final this morning. The Fijiana thrashed Scotland 31-10 to book a challenge final against England late last night. This means the Fijiana will remain as a core team for next season's Women's World 7 Series. Fijiana finished the season in 10th place with 21 points. They may have secured their place as a core team for the next season's series, but they have yet to qualify for the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo, Japan. Pacific Sprint King Banuve Tambako Doro hopes to set a new record at this year's Pacific Games. Speaking to FBC Sports, Banuve says he's working on improving his personal best and hopes to retain the Sprint King title. Apenisa Wangai Randovu reports.
Reigning Sprint King Banuve Tambako Doro says the young athletes in the Fiji team are coping well in training, with the Pacific Games just weeks away.
They're actually doing very well. We've got a couple of athletes that competed at the Coca-Cola Games, and with ongoing issues about other athletes that couldn't make it. It was just unfortunate that the Coca-Cola Games wasn't a standard qualification round for the South Pacific Games. But other than that, the other athletes are doing really well.
With Fiji being well represented on the tracks, the expectation is also high for the Fiji women's basketball.
We're quite confident with the current pool of players that we have selected that we will be able to retain the gold in Samoa.
The 2019 Pacific Games will be played in Apia, Samoa from the 7th to the 20th of next month. Apinisa Wangrendobu, FBC Sports.
Team Fiji Athletics Sectional Manager Joseph Roden Jr. says he has full faith in Petero Waitangomaki's potential. There have been a lot of talk on the performance of Waitangomaki after the controversy during the Coke Games. Roden Jr. says there should not be any questions about his qualification. He says Waitangomaki is the #1 800 meters runner in the region.
The critics are coming from the Coca-Cola Games. People need to understand that Petero Waitangomaaki is not a 1500 meter runner or a 3000 meter runner. It was basically a strategy by the schools to try and get more medals. Had he been put in his two events, he definitely would have won both gold medals for Morris in the 4 and the 1000 and the 800 meters. In terms of the 5, he's not a 1500 meter runner. He's actually, like I said, he's ranked #1 in the region in the 800, and he's qualified under A grade. So there's no doubt.
India continued its World Cup dominance over rivals Pakistan, defeating them with an 89-run victory at the Cricket World Cup. Pakistan chased 337 and collapsed to 166 for 6 before a rain delay, which saw them revise for another 136 runs from 30 balls. Expect cloudy periods with brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands, mainly fine elsewhere. Conditions to remain cool at night. And that was your FBC News Now. Remember to join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For these stories and others, you can also tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. And have a wonderful afternoon.
In Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jack's Nursery. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nursery. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.